Podcast mode. Yeah. Podcast mode. Well, as you can see, you got me only today. Eddie taking some time off. He was feeling a little under the weather this week, so the show must go on, is what I always say. It's funny too, because he actually asked me, do you like doing the solo ones? I told him, honestly, no, I really don't, because I don't talk very much. Some may say differently, but I don't talk very much. Or I don't have a lot to say all the time, so uh yeah, these solo ones, they be tough every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, the show must go on. Appreciate y'all for tuning in though. Stuff out here. It is what it is at the end of the day. So let's start off with how was the Sema trip? It was good. Very tiring. I will say I think the Sema fatigue is finally starting to hit a little bit. Cause boy oh boy, this year was it was dragging this year. Or excuse me, draining this year. As you can see. So trust me, the week off of the pod, cause we got back last week. Yeah, even I had to take a break with stuff. I mean, obviously, I had to edit stuff and all that. Pictures and video I did while we were in Vegas. But no, overall the trip was good. I got to see some old friends, got to meet some new people. Um, so plenty of cool cars, and yeah, it was very good. So I will say this. One thing that I actually pointed out this year to the homies, it was very refreshing to see so many black people at SEMA this year. And, just hear me out when I say this. Obviously, automotive industry, it's not really a space that is heavy for, not even just African Americans, but blacks as a whole. So, I'm talking with some photographers and all that, because, I was actually asking a couple of them, for tips, how to get my photography better. And then, as we wrap up that conversation, I told them, it just feels good to see all this melanin here, it's just one of those things you would not expect. So, now it just felt very refreshing to see that. And to the photographers I did speak with, I think one of them's name is Jarrell. Hey, checked out your stuff, bro. Absolutely love it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And you know, also, it was good to see the homie Great English over at another tagline of rap. Happy to have finally did an update video with him. Not only just about his Porsche, of course, but had him kind of talk more about what another tech had going on. So it was good to do that. Obviously I had to handle some business, with my detailing business. And, after talking with a lot of people, there's some things I'm going to have to really sit down and consider for myself, just for my career as a detailer. I'm not going to say too much because, it's just early, early thinking, early planning. So I'm not going to say too much here. But yeah, just considering some changes. But no, I mean overall though the trip was good. I was very happy as well that Eddie's homie John could finally make it because he had been trying to go with us last year, but obviously life happens. That's just how it goes. Um, Trying to think what else. What else? Obviously, good hanging out with young Wesley. Always good to see Will Bro. And, shout out to him because he actually ended up going to California pretty much the next week after. And he actually came through for your boy and literally FaceTimed me with Johnny Grunwald on the phone. So for those who don't know, Johnny Grunwald is a car builder, and specifically, I'd say his most famous car is his white RX-7 FD. That was the car that really made me a fan of his, and it was just nice to speak with him because I had met him last year at Sema, but obviously, he's busy with stuff, so we only had so much time to really talk. But it was good to talk with him, and even he said, it was, he definitely appreciated how much of a fan I was of his because, like I said, there's not a lot of blacks within the automotive world. So, he really appreciated that I was such a fan of his. And, I'm just overall grateful he took time out of his day to speak with me. So, hey, thank you again, Johnny. Definitely hope to be making a trip out to California, seeing you soon. And again, shout out to you, Wes. Hope you had a good time in Cali. And I'm excited to see what you filmed out there. So, let me address this elephant in the room. James Harden and the Clippers. So, let me start by saying this. I had said, and I believe I'm on record saying this on the podcast, I am okay with, I said I was okay with getting James Harden as long as we did not have to give up too much. Here's my problem. We gave up too much. We practically gave up all of our defense, and it's showing. Now, yes, we did get PJ Tucker back, and yes, there are a lot of PJ Tucker haters in the world, but, I always say, to appreciate what PJ Tucker does, you really have to understand basketball. Like, it's not always just about scoring. And PJ Tucker is one of the few in the league today that is a prime example of that. There's a reason why he gets paid the money he gets paid. It's not for no reason. But here's my problem. And I will say this. It's the start of the season. I'm a firm believer in the first 10 games do not matter. Out of the 82, they don't matter. That is a feel-out process for every team. Again, you can have your own opinion. That's just mine. Again, that's just my opinion. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing because, obviously we have plenty of people that can score. But the problem is the addition of James Harden means that they slid Russell Westbrook down to the bench On top of that, Harden does not play defense. I'll give him his credit. He tries every once in a while, but that's not enough. I'm sorry. So, with that being said, it's really like it's just not looking good so far, and I am not a fan of it right now. Now, depending on how these next like 10, 20 games go, because things could change, I'll give another assessment then. But just as of right now, I'm not liking what I'm seeing, because trust me, I did not want to get rid of Nicholas Batum or KJ Martin. Like, I was actually really ecstatic for KJ to be on the Clippers. I definitely don't like that we traded him, so I'm always going to be a little irritated about that one. Obviously, there was big talk about Terrence Mann. Daryl Morey was really wanting Terrence Mann included in the trade package. It's tough for me to say, if I had the power to do that trade, would I have included Terrence Mann? Because I will say Terrence Mann has made me eat my words a little bit. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. It is a tough one. Would I have done it if I could have? Because I really wanted Jrue Holiday. But obviously, we weren't going to get him. So, it is what it is. Now, where do I rank this team right now? Definitely, we're below the Lakers right now. The Suns, I definitely say we're below them. Considering Luka just cooked us, yeah, we're below the Mavericks right now. So, yeah, we're definitely, I definitely say out of the Western Conference, we are a top 10 team, but we're in that bottom half of the 10. And that's just me being honest. Now, things need to change. They need to pick it up on defense, and I'm not going to lie, I think Russell Westbrook needs to start. I don't think Harden needs to start. So, yeah. I'll leave it at that. Now, the in-season tournament. Oh, got some water. The in-season tournament, I'm not gonna hate on it just yet, just because it's the first year, man. If they continue it, things can change next year easily. So I'm not really gonna hate on it. I will say though, I do like the effort they're putting in. With doing the different court and obviously the jerseys for it. I do appreciate that. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I can't really give an honest opinion on it. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Now, we are coming up on the time of year, sneaker of the year. I've been very vocal all year. This year has been a very boring year for sneakers. And, it's kind of showing us two things. A, the culture has changed so much. And, it has died a little bit. Like, the hype has died for the masses. Is that a good thing? Yes and no. Because, for me, for example, me as a traditional sneakerhead, if there's something I truly want and I have to pay resale for it. At least it's cheaper. So, you know, yeah. But I, it was kind of tough to like really even think like what were my top 10 sneakers for this year, because I tell you there were times I was forgetting what was even coming out. So, um, I don't know. I don't know. This bracket that I have to make is going to be very interesting. We're switching to a bracket this year. Shout out to Greg from the Sneak Diz for suggesting it to me last year. um, but I don't know, man. It's the state of sneakers is so interesting right now. Because even I was talking about it with Wilson and his brother William earlier today, and we were just kind of talking like how much like it has changed, from their end of being resellers to, me just being not necessarily a collector, but just enjoying sneakers. And even I've been talking about it with people here and there, and it's kind of funny because I remember when I did my reset sneaker culture video, like there were cats that were hating on it, but now you look at it, it's like, well, I was kind of right. Like we're seeing the reset happen like right now. And, you know, to some it's bad, but I'm like, bro, like realistically though, it's not really a bad thing, because, oh, excuse me, ooh. What, bro, you can go get whatever you want. Like, that's what's so funny about it. And, like, people are still complaining. Like, literally, I stopped in Shoe Palace today and saw a couple pairs of the reimagined Royals, the suede ones. They were sitting. Now, me personally, I don't really care for that shoe, but I do appreciate, hey, if you truly want them, you can go get them still. But you still have people complaining about that, which is crazy to me. Because, like, bro, that's what we were asking for. Well, some of us, let me say that, some of us. So it's like, how are you going to complain about something that we were asking for? I don't know. I don't know. Because the more and more, like, I am into this, like, sneaker culture thing, the more and more irritated I get with folks in it at times. Because it's like, you say one thing, but then it's a totally different thing. Like, make up your mind. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know at this point. Yeah, but the bracket will definitely be out. Let's see, it's Sunday, November 12th at this time of recording. So I will definitely have the bracket done sometime this week, because I want it to be. I want people to have time to, obviously do it, but I want the voting to be done sometime the end of November, because I want to try to film Sneaker of the Year early-esque December, just so that way I can get it edited and hopefully out around like Christmas time, or shortly after Christmas time, because I don't celebrate Christmas and all that, but to y'all that do, you know, uh, yeah, so hopefully, hopefully that'll be a pretty entertaining episode for y'all to watch. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, there wasn't gonna be too much on this episode. I mean, you know, some uh, some life stuff. You know, overall, the 2023 been a good year. You know, I can't complain too much. You know, obviously there's things, you know, maybe I could have did better, you know, but at the end of the day, no regrets. I'm definitely looking forward to 2024 just because I told myself I was going to take a few more trips here and there. Just to kind of do something different. I'm hoping to pick up a fun car next year because I do want to do more like car related content. Not only just my personal YouTube, but more car related stuff with Divergent Being. Because really, Divergent Being, kind of started the idea originally just to kind of push, you know, my creative stuff. And, you know, I started with sneakers because it was easy in terms of like, it was more accessible. Car related content, um, it's it's kind of tough being a sneakerhead that is also into cars just because you know they're both money pits. So that's why I say sneakers are a little more accessible. Sneakers and fashion. So that's why I started with, you know, shows or this podcast just talking about sneakers and fashion. It's a little easier. Some of the car related stuff I have in mind, you know, I do want to get it to a point to where, you know, maybe it's similar to like drinks and kicks and all that. Or, you know, maybe it's like if I can do it, get some shop space and, you know, just kind of, you know, film like whether it's me and Eddie or me and some other guys, you know, just working on a project car together, you know, stuff like that, you know, stuff that I think some would be interested in. But well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, I have been talking with Eddie. You know, I'm hoping he kind of comes up with some ideas of his own for you know his solo stuff. Cause you know I've been telling him, you know, he's finally starting to kind of get this social media stuff down a little bit better. And I told him when we first met and when we first kind of talked about doing this, like, I told him it was going to take time because obviously it's a new lane for him. And, you know, I told him, like, obviously we're not going to rush things, you know, we're going to just kind of take it slow, you know, naturally build you up to where you're comfortable enough, you know, being in front of the camera slash you know, kind of generating ideas on what you think you want to do. And now, like, I will say, he's actually very good on camera. He edits it still somewhat, but nah, he's pretty good on camera. So, happy to see that. And now we're actually considering bringing in some other folks because uh, Divergent Being is slowly shifted into it's not really only about me. Like, I want to be able to help my homies kind of push ideas that they want to do. Uh, and I kind of turned it into that just so that way it's like, you know, I wanted to have a team doing this. just so that way, I didn't get too burnt out doing stuff, but also it's like that way the ideas just keep kind of flowing. So, it's little things like that. Yeah, but to everybody that has been, you know, talking with us, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, heck, even commenting on YouTube videos, people I talk to just on a regular basis when I'm out and about, you know, trust me, y'all are definitely appreciated, There's days I truly want to quit, but, just some of y'all telling me y'all like the stuff that we're doing. Like, that's kind of what keeps me going. So it's definitely appreciated. Yeah. But, yeah, I think we'll pretty much cap this off here. Like I said, I like to keep the Youngin episodes short, so give you a quick listen, start your day off Monday. But again, appreciate all y'all that listen, and like I told y'all, y'all keep this going, man. Mentally, y'all keep this going. But please, if there's something y'all want us to talk about within reason, because there's just certain things we're not going to discuss on here, please let us know. DM me, DM Eddie. We're working on trying to get more guests on, which I apologize. Couldn't get Young Wesley on for the Rock Boys reunion. That Sema week was just too busy. Heck, I even wanted to get John on because, he's never been on. But, again, that week was just so busy. So, we're going to be working on trying to get more guests on the old head and the youngin. That's definitely a goal for this upcoming year. And then, real quick, before I sign off, want to send a couple shout outs real quick. First things first, shout out to the homegirl Leslie Hernandez, who's about to fight on November 17th out here in Arizona for LFA. Definitely excited to watch her fight. She's became a good friend of me and Eddie's over the past few years. Her and her husband, Ivan, who also own Pick and Roll Kicks and No Excuse Boxing Gym. So, again, shout out to you, Leslie. Excited to actually see you fight live, finally. So we're going to be in the stands pulling for you. Wanted to also send a shout out to, crazy enough, 2 childhood friends of mine that recently just got married. The homie Abraham, who was actually like my next door neighbor when I was a kid growing up. I was actually kind of shocked to see that he got married. And I will say, I wish I could have been there. I think it was just like kind of just went on ahead and did it thing. I don't know. Plus, also, I was out of town, so it is what it is. But overall, I was super happy to see him get married to his now wife, Jordy. But again, Abraham, super happy for you, my man. And also, one of my other childhood friends that I grew up with, going to school with her, Denasia, was super happy to see that, Obviously, it's tough, with people you went to school with, Obviously, you lose touch with some people. I wouldn't really say me and her lost touch. It's just, hey, say things here and there to each other, but, definitely want to say I'm super happy for her, and, I wish them both well. So, again, happy to see that for both y'all. But Until then, y'all take it easy.